Hi, it's Mari. How's everybody doing? We're hanging in there here at my house. Definitely feeling a little insane, but we've managed to stay in a somewhat neutral space. Anyways, I wanted to talk about the prescribed reading of the day from Genesis 12:17. I think it's actually really relevant to our life right now. In this passage, God instructs Abram, who later will be called Abraham, and says, "Get out of your country, from your kindred, and from your father's house, to a land I will show you." Do you know how crazy that is? God instructs Abraham to leave his entire life behind, his relatives, his culture, his father's house, to leave on a journey that he has no idea how long will last, to a place that's TBD by God, at the age of 75. Today, a 75-year-old man would most definitely be retired, enjoying the golden years of his life, not packing up his family and heading on a journey to the unknown. And yet, this is exactly what Abraham does. In Hebrews 11:8, it says, "He went out not knowing where he was going." This is an incredible testament to Abraham's faith in God. How many of us would be willing to just drop everything we owned, everything in our life, our jobs, our homes, our families, and just leave town not knowing where we were going? I know I would need an itinerary from God. Where are we going? How many stops? Will we have food? This story also just seems so far from reality and so far in the past. How can it be relevant to us right now? And yet, here we are, right now in the 21st century, finding ourselves on our own unknown journeys. We might not be traveling via caravan through the desert, but we certainly don't know how long we're going to be stuck in our homes, what the outcome of this virus will be for our people or for our society. We don't know when we'll be able to hug our relatives again. We don't know when we'll be able to go back to our jobs, or if there will even be a job to return to. We're not that different from Abraham after all. We definitely are on our own journeys, on our own tests of faith. And now, let's just be honest. I'm sure Abraham wasn't like, "Wow, this is great. I have no worries, no anxieties. I don't know where the heck we're going, but it's fine. I'm fine. Everybody's fine." And it's okay if we feel that way too. The important thing to remember is that God's plan for Abraham had a purpose. And God has a purpose for every trial and tribulation that we experience in our lives too. I'm sure that when we look back at this particular time in our lives, we'll see God's hand in it as well. Side note, Abraham's journey is kind of epic. You can read about it in Genesis, but just the traveling alone from Ur to Canaan was something like 700 miles. This is traveling in a caravan with camels and donkeys and living in tents. That's incredible. Google a map of Abraham's full life journey just to see how far he actually went. Talk about how difficult it must have been for him and his family and compare it to the difficulties that you're feeling now. Share your feelings of frustration and worry together, because it's so healthy to express our emotions. After you've shared the difficulties, have each family member share a positive experience from this time too. Happy traveling, and I'll see you next week.